5, 4, 3, 2,
Oh,
go.
You are listening to The Bad Boy Radio Show with Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham. This is that real shit, not that fake shit. The only radio show that's not afraid to tell you the truth about the game. This is The Bad Boy Radio Show. Remember, the truth is inside you.
Yeah, what up, people? What's going on?
yeah, yo.
It's the Bad Boy Show with Mr. Locario and Miles Cunningham, man. We are back at it. We are back at the shit. You feel me? So today's
Back
show...
like we left something, niggas.
Exactly. Today's show, we're going to be talking about why no one is above the game, okay? So this is a show a lot of dudes got to hear, you know, even a lot of women, because a lot of women be on that shit thinking, you know, that they could just, you know, be on some bullshit. You feel me? And
Yeah,
then,
a lot of women, they be thinking they pussy is above the game.
Exactly. It's true. It's real talk. So before we get into that, we're gonna take a quick commercial break. When we come back, we're gonna get into some news. And yeah, you guys stay tuned. You're listening to The Bad Boy Show.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.
Yeah. All right, we're back. We are back on the Bad Boy Show.
Yep.
Man, so there's a lot of stuff going on in the news. A lot of shit, man.
These are the last days, my friend.
I know. It's a lot of shit going on. So, first let's talk about Dr. Sebi. Is that I say his name right? He passed away, man. Sebi, Dr. Sebi?
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So he passed away. So he was basically a herbalist, and he made medicines that were, natural medicines that cure like basically everything on the face of the earth. You feel what I'm saying?
Cancer, AIDS, everything.
Everything. And I remember watching him on a program. He was basically saying something like, basically they was trying to stop him from putting stuff out. You understand? And
right.
And the thing is, I think, of course, they probably didn't want him to put this stuff out because then if people are cured, then you can't make money off, the other shit that
the medicine. Yep.
Exactly. So
let me tell you something. This man is the reason why Lisa Lifestyle Lopez got killed.
Damn.
Because she was she had some shit wrong with her. She went to him and he cured the shit.
Wow.
And at the time, she was still like super popular with TLC, and she was about to like come back and tell everybody about the shit, and they murdered her.
Wow. See?
Now this is a conspiracy theory, but conspiracy theories ain't far from the truth. So believe what you want. I'm just putting information out. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because I ain't no Lisa. I'm no Lisa Lifestyle Lopez yet. So me saying it right now, it don't really matter. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But just understand that the person she was just chilling with before she got killed was Dr. Sebi.
Right.
You understand? Because if anybody remembers, she got killed in a car accident. Her Jeep got fucked up in a car accident in Mexico, and that's where Dr. Sebi's place is. That's where he brings people out. It's like a retreat, like a medical retreat, because he changes your diet. He tells you what to eat. He gives you like a regimen, and it's all natural shit. And whatever you have that's wrong with you, he cures it. And she had something wrong with her. I think she had some type of leukemia or lupus, and she went to go get it cured, and he cured the shit.
Wow.
And she couldn't believe it, and she was getting ready to come back and tell everybody because, like I said, at the time she still had a lot of influence with her fame with TLC. And
and TLC was like the biggest shit on earth at the time. You feel me?
At that time, exactly.
So
at that time, so call it coincidence, call it conspiracy theory, whatever you want to call it, but. Those are the facts. Those are the, that's the information.
Right. Damn. So, rest in peace. You know what I mean? It's like it's crazy. So many people dying this year. You know what I mean? Like,
yo, 2016 is taking niggas.
Right.
And it's like the last of the real niggas is dying out, like just
right,
little by little. First they took Patrice O'Neal last year, and now it's like Prince, Dr. Sabi, like that's it.
It's crazy. Muhammad Ali died. You know, all these motherfuckers.
Muhammad Ali.
It's crazy.
That's a real nigga going.
What's her name died too? Tupac's mom died too this year.
Tupac's mom.
Yeah, so mad people.
Here. Yep.
Jesus, but yeah. So rest in peace to all those people out there. You feel me?
All my real niggas and bitches. You feel me? That got took by 2016. Rest in peace.
Right.
You heard.
So in other news, this shit is hilarious. So Utah has passed a bill on pornography, because they're basically saying that it's or they're trying to pass a bill, I guess. So they're saying that pornography is, ruining young minds, and it's making people like what's the same old shit they've been talking about with sex, like, it's bad, and it's messing up young minds, and it's messing up the intimacy with the relationships, and it's giving men erectile dysfunction, because when they're trying to have sex with a real woman,
a health issue,
right? All this other garbage. You understand what I'm saying? But basically, it's like any other thing when it comes to porn and sex. It's always demonized. You know what I'm saying? It's like the shit is evil. You have to get rid of it. And you know what's funny to me about the whole thing about when it comes to sex is like, sex is the center of everything. Like, this is how you came into fucking being, through sex.
Right.
You feel what I'm saying? And there's so much sexual like things in life that you don't. It's like a whole everything is fucking sexual. Like, even if you look at a hot dog and a bun, you feel what I'm saying? The hot dog is the cock and the bun is the vagina. You feel me? Like they have that new Sausage Party movie that's coming out. Like, that's all that shit they talking about. All that shit in there. It's like, right, everything.
It's phallic symbols.
Yeah, everything in life is centered around sex. You understand what I'm saying? Like, everything you can trace back to fucking. If niggas is having an argument, it's about a bitch. If dudes is going to war, it's about some sex. You understand? If you get down to the root of it, it's really about sex. Why you think dudes be out here trying to get paper? It's about sex. You feel what I'm saying? Chicks be out here trying to get, babies and baby daddies and security. Is sex. All that shit is sex. You feel what I'm saying? It comes all the way back to that bullshit. But the funny part is that every time when it's stuff like pornography and everything, it's like, why is this shit demonized so much? It's like, you got to ask yourself that, like, what is that about? You feel what I'm saying? Like, what the fuck is that about? But the thing is, too, you got to understand is that, just like what we was talking about with earlier about the medicine and the herbs and stuff like that, it's like demonizing sex is a thing that's going to basically make it easier for you to profit off of sex. You feel what I'm saying? Because if it's not demonized, then it's not going to be like taboo. And if it's not taboo, then, it's going to be easier to get. And then they can't make money off the shit. So it is what it is. You know what I'm saying?
The thing that kills me is that these people are really trying to make a case that pornography is like a health hazard.
Right.
It's affecting people's health. Like,
right.
And I'm just like, man, like, and another thing too is that, like you were saying, they demonize it so you can make a certain amount of money. But another thing is that, when they're trying to create less options for men. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
When a man has the option to beat his meat instead of having to deal with the whole issue of dating and marriage and all of these societal pressures, it creates a shift in like a lot of different economies, like the restaurant economy, the club economy, the bar economy, like Valentine's Day sales, like everything takes a shift. And a lot of these companies, if they can't force men to want to basically comply with all these societal pressures, then that stops them from making a certain amount of money and basic quota that they're used to. You see what I'm saying? So that's another thing that it's about.
Right. So,
but, nobody's going to really explain that to you.
Right. It's crazy. It's so crazy, man. But it's like, you know, but yeah, that's what they do, man. Every time it's about some sex shit, it's straight like demonized and on some nonsense. You feel me? But in other news, man, this shit was hilarious. So there was a woman who met this dude off an online dating site, right? And so they went out to dinner, and he basically dined and dashed on this chick. So he the tab came up to $163. And so he was eating with the chick, and he's like, hey, I got to make a phone call. I'll be right back. And so he never came back and left the chick with the bill, and the bill was $163. Nice. So like, and it's funny because, you know, this is news. You feel what I'm saying? And you know, it's funny because it's, you know, it sucks that, okay, the guy just kind of like skated on her. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the same time, how many guys are taking women out to dinner and they're left with the bill to pay for, and it is what it is. So that's never news. When a woman has to pay for the bill, it's a fucking national tragedy. You feel what I'm saying? Like,
right.
But more so, it's going to be looked at as, okay, well, he kind of skipped out on her and he kind of played her and he did, you know, all that other shit. You feel what I'm saying? But it's just funny. I just think it's funny that, like, you know, the reason why it's news is like that whole he skipped out on the bill thing. And the funny part is they said this guy also did that on another occasion. Like, he was at some other spot, he did it again. And what I found interesting about the news article when I was reading it, the woman said that he sent her a really sweet and awesome message, which is why she wanted to go out with him. You feel what I'm saying? But they didn't say what the message was. I want to know what the fuck that message was, because this nigga's a player. You feel what I'm saying? I want to know what that message was that this guy fucking sent this chick, where she was so compelled to go out with this dude. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm just like, man. But that's hilarious though. But you know what I look at it as? I look at it as a balance. This is just a little balance for all the dudes that went out with chicks who used them for money. They used them for a dinner date. Right. That sort of like pretended they liked them just to get some steak and eggs or whatever. You understand? Who was like, hey, you know, like the guy dropped $100 and then he called her again and she was like, you know, I don't know, I wasn't really feeling it. I think we're not a good match. You understand? All the times that happened. This is just a little bit of a balance. That's all I'm saying. That's all we saying right now. You feel me?
Little bit of payback.
Little bit of payback. Just a little bit. You feel what I'm saying? So, you know, ladies, make sure you always bring some money with you, because you never know when the guy's gonna skip out. You feel me? So just be careful out here in these streets. Anyway,
I gotta try that shit one day. Hey, pardon me, bitch. I gotta make a phone call.
Exactly right. Oh my God, that shit is hilarious. Oh, so now in other news, George Zimmerman got punched in the face for bragging about killing Trayvon Martin. Okay.
Finally, somebody
snuffed this dude.
Because somebody should have snuffed him when he was trying to auction the car.
Right.
The car. The gun. He was trying to auction the gun on eBay.
Right. So we got to give a clap for the guy who snuffed him. Because the story was he was going into some restaurant or something, and then George Zimmerman was talking to some dude or whatever, and he was like, "Oh yeah, I'm that guy, you know, the guy that killed Trayvon Martin type shit." You know what I mean? Like he, this nigga talking like he used to be on the TV show. Yeah, I was the guy from Full House. That was me. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like this nigga, like he famous, like for you know what I mean? Like he's like, I'm like, what are you doing? You're a fucking murderer. Like, what are you talking about? You feel what I'm saying? The last story I wanted to talk about real quick before we get to one of the subscribers' emails is, so in the news, it's been all over social media. What's her name? Corey Gaines or Cora Gaines. You heard about this chick who was basically having a standoff with the police, and they shot her in the house, and they shot her kid and all that other crazy shit.
Oh yeah, what was her name? Corinne
Gaines or something like that.
Gaines, yeah. Man.
So they had a video out of her, in her car, basically going back and forth with the cops and shit and saying, you cops are harassing me, blah, 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 this and this and that.
Right.
So then they came to her house because I guess she had a couple of traffic tickets or misdemeanor things or something real light. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't like this chick wasn't a damn drug kingpin or nothing, but it was some real light shit. And so they basically had a standoff for like, I think they said 5 hours, and then they busted in and they shot her, and I think she was holding her kid or something like that, and then the kid got shot.
She was holding the kid.
Yeah.
And she had a gun, and then she was pointing the gun. She was pointing the gun at the cops.
Right.
And before she could even shoot, they shot her, and they shot the kid too. The kid is
right.
He should be in the hospital recovering right now.
Right.
And he got hit with a gunshot.
Right. And they actually had a video of them interviewing the kid in the hospital, and he was talking like, "Yo, they came in, they did." He was like on some, he was saying the play by play. But anyway, but the thing is, this is what annoys me about the whole thing. Right. Is black people. They annoy me about this whole fucking thing. Let me tell you why. Because I'm seeing online all these black people, they're like, yo, she deserved it. And she was doing this. She should have complied. She should have not been doing this and doing that. She shouldn't have been cursing out the police. She shouldn't have been. And I'm like, if you fucking guys and women out there don't stop this fucking slave talk, fucking bullshit that y'all on, I'm like, shut the fuck up, okay, with the nonsense. See, this is the thing. When they had a standoff with Cliven Bundy and those white supremacist dudes, they wasn't shooting them up. You understand what I'm saying? And they were on like some federal property type shit, I think, and they didn't get shot up and all of that other stuff, right? So if you're coming to this person's house to arrest them for warrants or for some misdemeanor shit, some lightweight stuff, right? There's no need for you to go in and shoot the person. You feel what I'm saying? Because the thing is, the only time where you're really supposed to or technically bust in the door is, let's say, if the person has some criminal activity going on, like let's say some drugs going on in there, or there's a immediate like threat to where, like, let's say if somebody's in a house and there's somebody else is gonna die or something like that, then yeah, you gotta bust in and do what you gotta do. But they could have actually went in and dissolved the situation. You feel what I'm saying? Like, they literally didn't have to shoot her. You feel what I mean? Like, they shot her because she was a nigger. Do you understand what I'm saying? It's that simple. I don't understand why people don't get this shit. I don't understand why people, because people talking about, oh, well, she should comply, she should do this. You just saw Philando Castile comply on film, and he still got shot. You still saw the guy laying on the fucking ground with his hands up with the autistic kid, and he still got shot. So how many times do you need to see this shit go on till you realize it's not about complying? You feel what I'm saying? How many times you got to see other people in the same exact situations that black people are in, but for some reason black people get the short end of the stick? You understand what I'm saying? And then you say, oh, well, they should have did this and they should have did that. But the thing is that, when other people were in the same situation as this chick, they didn't get shot. They didn't get killed. And the thing is, people are talking about, oh, well, you should have not been, because they had the video of her and she was like sort of like talking shit to the cop, you know what I mean? And had a little attitude. And they're like, well, you shouldn't have that. You're not supposed to have an attitude. I'm like, look, there's no law that says that you don't have to be nice to a cop. You don't have to be like, please, sir, and yes, ma'am, and all that other bullshit to the cop. There's no law that says that. Now, it would be nice if you did that as a courtesy, just human being to human being. You understand what I'm saying? But she's not breaking the law doing that shit. So it's like people keep coming up with all these extra fucking things to, say, oh, well, it's because she was being this way and she was being that way. And it's like, no. If we're going to be on some shit where people are supposed to have equal rights under the law, you got to treat people like people no matter who the fuck they are. So don't try to be on some shit where it's like, you want to be able to justify the shooting or justify this shit happening. And the thing is, and I swear, I can't stand when I see black folks do this, because what I find funny is that when white people do shit, and they're literally wrong with the shit they're doing, either one of two things happen. You're going to have white people who are going to cape for this person and come up with a whole bunch of excuses, or you're going to have white people who are silent as fuck. Do you understand what I'm saying? But when it comes to black people always got to be on some, oh, but that wasn't right. That's not right. We got to be right. And that's not, nigga, why the fuck you think we in a position we in? Because when we want to be all over the place talking about this was right and that was wrong and this was right and that was wrong. Look, sometimes when a black person does some fucked up shit, right? If you don't want to like point that out, or if if a person's doing some fucked up shit, if a black person doing some fucked up shit, and you're a black person, and you want to be like, oh well, that's wrong. All you need to do is one thing: just shut the fuck up. Don't say anything. We're not telling you to co-sign the wrong shit. If you don't want to make some shit up, if you don't want to do the same shit these white folks be doing, or try to make excuses, we're not saying to do that. All we're saying is shut the fuck up. That's it.
Exactly.
That's it. Don't be like, oh well, that was wrong. Well, you should have did this, and because you're making the shit worse. You're making the fucking shit worse. That's like if we playing basketball and you're on my team and we play in the other team. You feel what I'm saying? And the other team fucking does some shit where the ball was out and it was supposed to be called, and then like, nah, the ball wasn't out. The ball wasn't out. We know they fucking cheated. We know they cheated on that call, but the ref said, you know what, it wasn't out, and they keep playing, right? But you on my team, and then the ball goes out. And then I'm like, nah, the ball wasn't out. And you the dumbass that's going to be like, nah, but the ball was out. I saw it go over the line. And then the ref was like, yeah, the ball was out. And then we fucking lose the game. That's what black people are fucking doing right now. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Just shut the fuck up. That's it. I mean,
right. Because when they do something wrong, they don't go out of their way to explain what was so terribly wrong about it. Like, they just don't say shit.
Exactly. Just shut the hell up. Like, what? I don't understand. It's like, yo, I swear, black folks is like, they're like the fucking kid in the class that remind the teacher she ain't give us homework. It's like, yo, shut the fuck up, okay? Like, Jesus Christ, man. Like, that shit be getting me pissed off. You be like all these fucking black folks on social media like, oh, well, she shouldn't have done this and she should have did that and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, yo, y'all don't see when, like, yo, this fucking police footage, videos of racist white folks, racist police or whatever, race soldiers you want to call them, these motherfuckers shooting, killing black folks all day. And when you see these white folks on TV, they'll be like, well, we don't have all the evidence. Well, we're not sure that what... You see what I'm saying? But we want to be on some shit like, it's that Christian shit. It's that Christian fucking... I need to shut up right now. I need to shut the fuck up. You feel what I'm saying? I need to shut the fuck up, seriously. Oh my god, Jesus. Okay, anyway, so let's get to a subscriber email, man, because these niggas, man, Jesus, always want to play fair on an unfair fucking game. Anyway, so
well, you got to remember, black people are 3/5. We're 3/5 of a person in the United States, so we're not exactly people to them.
Exactly.
Like, seriously, that's still in the Constitution.
Right.
You know
what I'm
black
saying?
People are 3/5 of a person. Yep.
It's fucking crazy. But anyway, so now, in this question, it says, I'm into black women. I'm black, and I never have this issue with white women. Why are black women so defensive towards me and go out of their way to avoid eye contact with me? If I say something to them, they always have this tone of voice like they don't even want to bother. But if someone they know, a female or something, comes and says something to them, they'll be all happy-go-lucky. Do you think I should go to a whole different area or dumb myself down for black women? I'm not in a small town. I'm from a bigger city. Okay, so basically he's saying, why the black chicks is giving him the attitude. Man. Okay. I mean...
It's because they're 3/5 of a person.
Oh, Jesus Christ. Look, man, this is what I say to all black guys who have this issue with black women, right? is, you know, you got to do one of two things. One, you got to either find the black chicks who don't give you that attitude. You understand? Because they're out there somewhere, right? Or stop fucking with black chicks. You understand? It's really that simple.
You know what was his first mistake? His first mistake was the part where it says, "I'm into black chicks."
Terrible.
Because truthfully, like you gotta be into all chicks. You know what I'm saying?
Right, pretty much.
Like, you gotta diversify your scope so
right.
you can get with everybody.
Right. That's the thing I don't get sometimes with dudes. I'm like, you know, or even women do this sometimes too. They're like, oh, I only do this. And I'm like, yo, extend your horizons, expand your horizons, man. Like, there's so many women out there. Like, why are you so focused? And you know this too. This is the truth though. A lot of times people end up saying, oh, I want a black girl, or I want this, I want that, because they feel like that's the only group of people that tend to like them. You understand? Or tend to or they think that they can get in certain cases, or they think they're supposed to be with those people, or something like. There's always some other underlying goofy shit that has nothing to do with nothing as to why they, you know, stick with this person or that person, or try to get with this person. You know, they might feel guilt. They might feel like, oh, well, my mom always wanted me to marry a black woman. I heard dudes say that. I'm like, man, fuck your mom. You feel me? Like, it's like, dude, you're a grown ass man. Like, do what the fuck do what you need to do. Like, oh my goodness. But, you know, like, yeah, just yo, holler at more black chicks. Because this is the thing also, is that people always say, oh, these type of girls don't like me, that type of girl don't like me. I'm like, nigga, you know how many types of girls are out there, and how many of that type there is, my nigga? Like, what do you
exactly.
have you talked to every black chick on earth? Like, I don't, you know what I'm saying? Like, that's the thing, that once you start to experience more shit, you start to see that all these little, you know, categories and shit, most of it is bullshit. You understand? Like, of course you're gonna have like groups of people depending on culture and where they grew up and where, you know, how they were brought up. There's gonna be certain similarities with certain different groups. You understand? But at the end of the day, once you actually get to the bottom of it, they're all females, bro. You feel what I'm saying?
You know what I'm gonna say too? Like, a lot of times, a lot of these black chicks, you know, especially if you're in a big city. Mm-hmm. Okay, you say you're from the city, right?
Right.
Yeah. So a lot of these black chicks, like, they have a certain like sour dispositions when it comes to relationships. So when they give you that attitude upon meeting them, they're trying to basically shit test you from the beginning.
Right.
So you have to keep it cool. You have to show them, you know, that you're beyond that shit. You understand what I'm saying? Like, if you react to that shit, then it lets them know that, you know, you are one of those guys who, you know, you've been affected by that type of attitude. So you kind of have to rise above it and, you know, just laugh it off. And,
right.
And then, you know, it's still up to you to pick and choose whether you want to charge it to the game. But what I'm saying is that sometimes for them it's just a knee-jerk reaction. That's not really how they want to respond to you. But being that they're in a large city and they probably get approached all the time, or maybe a lot of dudes pump and dump them and they just upset about shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
That's just how they respond to a lot of black dudes. You know what I'm saying? So a lot of times you have to upgrade your game. You have to upgrade your game to the point where you approach a chick and that first, you know, shitty ass disrespectful, you know, attitude that she got doesn't even faze you. You understand what I'm saying?
Right.
And then so that'll let her know that she's dealing with upper echelon nigga. You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So that's why you got to go to www.badboymembership.com.
Exactly.
And learn how to upgrade your game. You feel me?
Exactly. And on that note, we're going to take a quick commercial break. And when we come back, we're going to talk about the topic. The topic today is why no one is above the game. You're not going to want to miss this. I'm telling you. All right. You're listening to The Bad Boy Show. Do you want to learn the easiest way to have more sex with more women? Then get the critically acclaimed book, How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. In this book, you'll learn everything you need to know about attracting and sleeping with beautiful women. That's How to Have Sex with 2 Women a Day. Get your copy today at MrLocario.com. That's MrLocario.com. MrLocario.com. Are you an actor who needs headshots? Do you have an event or a wedding coming up and you need a photographer? If you do, make sure you go to PavionPhoto.com. Pavion is a professional photographer who will supply you with high-quality video and photography services for any event. Contact him at PavionPhoto.com. That's PAVION Photo.com. PavionPhoto.com. All right, people. We are back on the Bad Boy Show. Yeah, man. So today's topic, we're talking about why no one is above the game. Okay, so what do we mean by that? What do we mean by nobody is above the game? That means that the game applies to everybody on Earth. Everybody. Okay, it doesn't matter where you're from, who you are, how much money you have, who you know, all this other stuff. You still need to understand the game in order for you to make things happen for you. So first, I want to just, define what game is, because, I did a video about this a couple months ago, and, this sort of like sets the record straight for people to understand game, because a lot of people get confused when you say game. They're like, what are you talking about? I don't want to play games and this and this and that and all the other stuff, right? So when we talk about game, right, there's 3 certain things. There's game, there's having game, and then there's playing games. Okay? So game is basically life. Game is life. The life is a game. You know what I'm saying? So when we say game, we're just talking about life, right? Now, having game is basically having a skill or strategy to get what you want in life. Okay? So you have to have game in the game. You understand?
Right.
Now,
right.
Playing games is when you are doing manipulative things in order to try to get things to work for you. So this is like you're lying, you're stealing, you're cheating, you're trying to do tricks and all this other stuff in order to manipulate people to give you what you want or to get what you want. You feel what I'm saying? So that's like the differences. So a lot of times we're talking about having game, you understand, and understanding what you need to do in order to get where you want to go. You understand? So if we're talking about the business game, you got to learn certain skills and things to be successful in business. If we're talking about the health game, or the let's say the working out game, you got to learn what to eat, how to work out to improve your body, all this other stuff. But we're talking about the dating game, we're talking about your skills and your strategy in order to get what you want in your relationships and your love life and all that other good stuff. You feel what I'm saying? So the thing is that if you don't understand the game, then, or you have no game and you don't really know what you're doing, then there's going to be a lot of things that's going to mess up. But the problem is that a lot of people out there think that they don't need game. They're like, oh, I don't need to know anything or whatever. And then nothing really happens for them. You understand what I'm saying? Nothing really goes the way that they want it to go. You feel what I'm saying? And so the thing is that what happens is that when you ignore the game, you start to get confused as to why, you're not getting what you want. And then you start to think that it's, because of other things. You say, so for example, you'd be like, oh, well, I'm not getting girls because I don't look good. You feel what I'm saying? Which is what a lot of guys say. You feel what I mean? They're like, I'm not pretty enough. I don't look handsome enough, so I can't get girls. You feel what I mean? And so now they misinterpreted what was really going on. And what was really going on is that they just didn't have any game. They didn't have any confidence. They didn't know how to speak to women. They didn't understand what women want. They don't understand how to interact with women to create sexual tension. None of this shit has occurred to them because they were just ignoring the game. They was like, I don't need to know any of that. I'm above all that bullshit. That bullshit is nothing. You feel what I'm saying? And so now they're fucking going around in circles being fucking crazy. You feel what I'm saying? And so also what happens is that dudes will say, well, can you substitute money for the game? Right?
No.
So this is the funny part. Now, some guys will say, well, you know what? I'm going to just pay for everything. I'm going to just pay for some vagina, and that's going to be that, right? Now, you could actually pay for vagina. Like, you could literally just, make some money, give some money to some chicks, and have sex with the woman. See, the problem with that is a couple things, right? Now, when you are paying for sex, what you're essentially doing is you're making up for your lack of game with money. You understand what I'm saying? So what happens is that since you don't have the game, you're paying for the price for not having game, which is your money. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you had the game, you wouldn't need to pay for the game. This is what you understand. You wouldn't need to pay for the situation. So you're paying for that situation because you don't have game. You feel what I'm saying? So that's the trade-off. Like, you have to lose money in order to get something going for you because you didn't have the game to get it without the money. See what I'm saying?
Right.
So there's always that balance. Second thing that's going on is that when you pay for sex, you're technically not getting the same exact sex you would be getting without paying. So basically, essentially, what you're paying for, you're never really getting. Do you understand what I'm saying? So what I mean is that you're getting a representation of what you really wanted. So what you really wanted was a girl to freely be desiring you to fuck you. But what you're doing is you're paying for the pretend play of you being desired to get fucked or to get sex. Do you see what I'm saying? So you're never going to get the real, actual feeling that you get, because you got to understand that the game is emotional, meaning all this stuff that you're feeling or you're experiencing, you're feeling it, you're experiencing it, and you're having that feeling while you're doing it. You will never have the feeling of you being able to approach a girl, talk to her, have her interested in you enough to not only fuck you, but fuck you multiple times, and also want to keep seeing you. You understand? So because you can't get that feeling or you can't get that situation by paying for it. You feel what I'm saying? It's just not going to happen. It's like if I was to do one of these pickup artist videos, right? In order for me to do that completely or for it to be authentic, right? I would need to be able to have a hidden camera and walk up to some chick without her knowing I have the camera, and then talk to her, and then, and then have her talk to me, regularly or whatever. And then, that experience, it happens, right? But if I was to go up to a chick and say, hey, listen, I'm trying to do this pickup artist video. Could you sign this release form and then walk over there and I'm going to, walk up to you and pretend we just met? I'm paying for that experience, or I'm paying for you to see that experience, but it's not the same of me actually authentically doing it. So it's never going to be the same thing. You feel what I'm saying? So when you're making money, fucking, be the thing that you substitute for the game, you're not going to get the real, actual thing. You understand? It's kind of like, like women who say they have rape fantasies. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't even want to use this analogy, but I need to, so that you can feel me on this, okay? Chicks will tell their boyfriends, and this actually happened in a movie. You got to see this movie called it's called The Little Death, I think. It's on Netflix, and it's about like different sexual fetishes or whatever. So this lady in the movie, she had a sexual fetish for her husband to rape her. You understand what I'm saying? So she wanted him to sort of like come into the house one day unannounced while she wasn't knowing, and then just, pretend he's going to rape her. You feel what I'm saying? But then there was a scene in the movie where she was basically about to get raped for real. Do you understand what I'm saying? And she was scared as shit. And then later on you find out that the husband actually set that up to make it look real or whatever. But the fact is that she had a different feeling from her husband pretending to rape her and her actually being raped. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
So you will never get the real feeling of fucking a woman and feeling how it really feels to fuck her if you're paying for it, because you're paying for it like you're having a simulated experience. You feel what I'm saying? It's like virtual reality. You're not really getting that same type of experience that you actually wanted in the first place. You feel what I'm saying? And I think that's what guys need to understand when it comes to paying for it. So pay for it if you want to. That's cool. I have no problem with that if that's what you want to do. But you got to understand that your experience is only it has a cap on it because it is what it is. You're just paying for that thing. You feel what I'm saying? So, you got to understand that. And that actually, and the reason why you're paying it is because you are trying to find ways to get, around the game. You feel what I'm saying? So that happens a lot of times. You feel me? So, and another thing too, I wanted to talk about, because we were talking about this earlier, Miles, where how celebrities ignore the game. And this is a perfect example of how, how important it is to understand game, because you have celebrities out here who they're rich, they're famous, they have all this status, right, and they still don't know how to interact with women and keep shit popping. You feel what I'm saying? So like they had the other day, Jaden Smith, I think Jaden Smith's girlfriend cheated on him with I think some photographer or something like that. And then now he's
shout out to all the photographers out
right, exactly. so like his girl cheated on him with a photographer, and he's all upset and crying about it and shit and all this other stuff. And you would say, damn it, dude, you're Will Smith's son. Like, what are you doing? Like, why are you even in this situation? Why is this girl even doing this to you? Like, who is she to fucking dump you or cheat on you? Like, what is that about? You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
And that's because, see, he ignored the game. He didn't understand the game, because in his position, he should have approached that woman like, listen, do you know who the fuck I am? Do you understand this? You know what I'm saying? No, seriously, like when you at that level, do you understand what a privilege it is to breathe my air? Do you understand? Like, it got to be that serious. Like, are you like, I shouldn't even have to speak. I should just give you a look and you should know what it is. So how are you, like, even your man Chris Brown, right? Same bullshit with him. He gets with this chick named Karuchi or Karachuchi or some shit. I can't pronounce her name.
Nah, yeah, that's her name.
Karuchi, right?
Yeah. Who
the fuck knew who Karuchi was before Chris Brown? Who? Do you understand what I'm saying? Nobody, right? Now, they fucking break up. I think she dumps him or whatever. And this nigga is stalking this chick, following her in the club, simping. I'm like, my nigga, Chris Brown, like, look in the mirror. Who the fuck are you, dude? You understand what I'm saying?
Know what it is? It's because Karuchi got the good coochie.
Karuchi got the good coochie. And I'm just like, and this goes to show you guys, if these celebrities can't keep it together with a chick, what is
these celebrities, by the way, who are good looking,
right,
have copious amounts of money,
right,
and they're famous, like,
right,
people know them,
right? You see what I'm saying? These dudes, how are they having all these issues and problems? The only reason is because they thought they were above the game. This is what we're trying to tell you guys. You know what I'm saying? Because on some real shit, a lot of these dudes out here have these I'ma come up fantasies. They be like, yo, I'ma get mad dough, I'ma do this, I'ma do that, and then the bitches is gonna fuck with me. You understand what I'm saying? Right. And I'm just like, yo, because like even your man James Franco, for like, what was this, a year or two ago, he was doing some Broadway play in New York, and he saw some chick, some chick who was a fan, and he basically hollered at her and was like, yo, come through to the hotel and let's get it popping. Now this is James Franco, okay? Super sex symbol, Hollywood actor. You understand? Millionaire. You feel me? And this chick fucking played this nigga. He was sending, like, I think Instagram DMs or some shit. She screenshotted the motherfuckers. She sent it to the press, and this nigga got on fucking TV having a cop pleas, talking about, I apologize for what I did and I didn't know what was going on. Like, just because this dude wanted some ass. You feel what I'm saying? And I'm like, you're James Franco. You should be able to walk out your hotel in Times Square, go down the block to Duane Reade just to get condoms, right? And you getting condoms, you ain't even got a chick yet. You're just walking to Duane Reade to get condoms because you know on your way to or from Dwayne Reed, some chick is going to want to suck your dick because you're James Franco. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
He's like,
right.
I'm getting condoms because I know what's going to happen when I walk outside. So how the fuck, like, I don't get these dudes though. I don't get these dudes. It's like these dudes is Superman and they haven't figured out that they can fly. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
That's what the fuck is going on. I'm like,
rough, man. It's rough. It's rough.
And I'm like, yo, how in the fuck you rich, you famous, you good looking, and you still having problems with chicks? You know why? Because you thought you were above the game. You feel what I'm saying?
A lot of these dudes, they let their celebrities think that they exist somewhere outside of the realm that the game is effective. You know what I'm saying? But it's not true at all. It affects everyone.
And even when these dudes do get chicks, right? Sometimes they're they don't understand the game to the point where they end up in the tabloids for some bullshit. So like they end up fucking some girl, and the next thing you know, the girl's talking about, oh, he did this to me, or he did that to me, or the chick takes a picture with the dude while he's sleeping, and now you know what I'm saying? Like go. You guys got to go to the Breakfast Club and watch Ray Shremmerd's. Is that how I pronounce their fucking name? Anyway, those two rap dudes, the new school crisscross. Them cats, go watch they fucking interview on the Breakfast Club, the recent one they did. And one of the dudes said, yo, I take the chicks in the Uber, I tell them to suck my dick in the Uber, then they come to the hotel, I smash, and then I tell them to get the fuck out, because you ain't spending the night. Exactly. You feel what I'm saying?
Round of applause.
Exactly. Them dudes know what the game is. You feel what I'm saying? One of the dudes got caught though. He got caught up because again he was slacking because he took two chicks up to the hotel. He smashed one of them. He fell asleep, and then the other one who he didn't even smash took a picture with him talking about, oh, I might be pregnant with this nigga baby, and she put it up on Instagram. Oh my God. You see what I'm saying?
And your man Johnny Depp the other day.
Mm-hmm.
I believe he spoke about this too, but again, like he wasn't paying attention to the game because he got with Amber Heard, and in a month she divorced his ass.
Oh my God!
Like half his money.
Oh my God!
You know what I'm saying?
You see what I'm saying?
So it's like it's just horrible. Like if you somebody like Johnny Depp, like who don't know Johnny Depp? You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Johnny Depp. I think he gets about $30 to $40 million per movie.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Like all of those Pirates of the Caribbean movies, like dude is rolling. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So why are you submitting to somebody like Amber Heard and then letting her, take half your money? That's crazy.
Pretty
That's
much.
Really crazy.
I'm telling you.
You got guys like Johnny Depp that get caught up because they don't respect the game, and then you got guys like Leonardo DiCaprio who stay winning no matter what. Like he's making crazy paper, and whenever he's not ready to get married, so he's not gonna get married.
Pretty much.
And he's with a new supermodel like literally every 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? It's crazy.
And see, Leonardo DiCaprio understands his value. You feel what I'm saying? He understands and that's what you guys need to understand is your value. You don't got to be no damn celebrity. You ain't got to be no dude who's rich and all that other shit. The point is that the same way where these dudes got, and this is what happens. Like the same way that these dudes actually got all this fame and money and all this other stuff. The problem is that a lot of these dudes still have the mindset of a fucking simp. They still have the mindset.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Like these dudes like Wiz Khalifa and all these niggas that, like, they still have that mindset of a loser. You feel what I'm saying? Like they still don't even think, after all that shit, they still think that they ain't shit. And this is what a lot of guys end up doing. You guys, you think you ain't shit. You think these girls ain't feeling you. You think you ain't got nothing to offer. So you don't value yourself. You feel what I'm saying? Because if you value yourself, you understand like, yo, I ain't going for none of this bullshit. You understand? Like, I'm only fucking with chicks who is about something, who's top notch, who actually cooperate, who respond when I tell them what it is. And that's that. And if you ain't down with that, then get the fuck out. You understand? Like, it has to be that type of vibe. You feel what I mean? But again, when dudes, they think they're above the game, but they don't understand the game, they're sort of working on they're working on sort of like hope and guessing and wishing. You feel what I'm saying? And that's and that's another thing I got to talk about real quick is that if you don't understand the game, right, what you're going to do is you're going to be living off of hope. So what that means is that you're going to be sort of guessing when things are going to happen for you. So what I mean by this is in business, I'll use a business example. Like when a person is running a business, right? Usually a person who's successful at running a business, or let's say someone starts a business, a small business, is trying to blow up and all of that. The person who's successful at the business usually finds a pattern or a formula in order to make their money. So they say, hey, I know that every time when I spend this much on advertising, I usually get this amount of customers. So then I am going to continue to spend this amount of advertising to get this amount of customers so I can build my business, so I can have it on rotation, so I can keep things going and keep things popping. You feel what I'm saying? So they understand that at a business level. Then you have people who are in business who sort of just don't really know what they're doing. They just kind of put shit out there. They don't test the market. They don't even see if people in the market want the shit they're selling, and they just put something out and they're wondering why it's not selling. You feel what I'm saying? So they don't really know what's going on. So you have guys out here when it comes to the dating game where they don't really know what's going on or how to make something happen, right? But then you have guys out here who actually know, hey, if I talk to 100 girls, I'm gonna at least get 10 to 15 of them. That's just like clockwork. You feel what I'm saying? And then I know out of those 10 or 15, I'm gonna at least smash 2 or 3 of them. You feel what I'm saying? So they understand the mathematics of this shit. They understand the point of how to really make shit happen in the game. But then you'll have the other dudes who don't understand that, and they're just looking on the outside looking in. They thinking they don't need no game. And then they talk to 3 or 4 girls and they're just like, oh, these chicks don't like me. Or they probably get one chick who, is feeling them. But then they don't know how to maneuver that into a sexual situation or to get anything beneficial out of the chick. You feel what I'm saying? Because they don't understand the game. They thought they were above the game. They didn't take the time to learn it, so they didn't know what the fuck to do. You feel what I'm saying? Right. So, and then when they lose that chick, they're hoping and praying and wishing they get another one, and they don't know when she's gonna come. They don't know when they're gonna get another one. They don't know when it's gonna happen. Versus the guy who understands the game, understands what he needs to do in the game in order to rack up the number of chicks he should get or he wants to get. Right. You feel what I'm saying? So yeah. So yo, the shit is so real, man. It's like,
I just need to say something real quick about the game itself. What a lot of guys don't understand about the game is that a big aspect of it is manifesting the greatest version of yourself.
Right.
That's what the game is really about.
Mm-hmm.
The game is not about how many chicks. The game is about being great. The game is about the vision you have of yourself.
Right.
Okay? So if you the type of nigga where you say you want to get bitches, then the game will help you to become great at getting bitches.
Exactly.
If you're a nigga that says you want to become a great businessman, then learning the game and studying the game will help you to get the knowledge and the things you need to become a businessman, and so on and so forth.
Right.
That's what the game is really about. It's about the vision. Mm-hmm. It's about, like there's something that I was looking at today with Donald Trump, and the guy was interviewing him, and he was saying, he was like, I heard once before that you said that money is not really your main focus. Money is just a way to keep score.
Right.
He said exactly. He said, I don't really concentrate on making money. I concentrate on my business ideas manifesting into successful ventures. You understand what I'm saying? The actual money that I have in my bank account is just a way for me to keep score. It's just a way for me to assess if my business ideas are actually manifesting.
Right.
But the most important part for me is to try out new business ventures and to have them manifest into something successful. So it's just like with dealing with girls and this and that and that and this. Like, it's not about if she says yes or no. It's about you having the confidence to fucking walk up to her and say some shit.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying? It's about you being that dude who you feel like saying something to a bitch, so you say something to a bitch. Her actually being receptive and this, that, and the third don't have nothing to do with nothing.
Right.
It's just you. It's just you. You know, manifesting the greatest vision of yourself to do what you want to do.
Right.
You understand what I'm saying?
Because
that's what the game is about.
Right. Because at the end of the day, like you're saying, you say what you need to say in order to, you're doing your thing. And as a result, there's going to be results because of that. You feel what I'm saying? Like, that's how the results happen. Just like when you're saying you have that vision to do that business, you have that passion, and you put that, your energy and whatever into it. And then as a result of you putting that energy and you learning things and you becoming that better businessman, money is the result that's going to happen through that. You feel what I'm saying? So it's like, understanding that fact. And another thing too is that the thing is, guys have to not try to find ways around the game, because that's going to make shit difficult for you. So what that means is a lot of guys are trying to find shortcuts, gimmicks, tricks, and all this other stuff in order to, not be, they're like, well, I don't want to have to learn anything or put in any work. Just, show me this and that, or these little tricks that I can just do. And so when you do that, that's the type of thing that's going to, make it harder for you. You're trying to never get rejected. You're trying to get something for nothing. You're trying to find the secret magic beans that you can feed these girls to make them want to fuck you and all this other stuff. It doesn't work that way. But the thing is that if you understand the game and you're not ignoring it, or you think you don't think you're above it, then, if you're actually trying to make something happen, you won't have to worry about those shortcuts and gimmicks and tricks, because you'll learn what you need to learn and you'll start to see progress with what you're doing. You feel what I'm saying? It's really that simple. And the last thing I wanted to talk about before we get out of here with this is that you have to understand that you have to cooperate with the rules of the game. Do you understand what I'm saying? You have to cooperate with the rules of the game. See, this, especially when I be coaching women, this is the part where they don't understand. You feel what I'm saying? And this is why they get all, upset, and they're single and they're 40 and they're not, all this other craziness, is because what happens is that these women thought they were above the game. And so they didn't think they need to have game or cooperate. And then what happens is that they start to get older. And then, dudes aren't really checking for them no more. It's almost too late for a lot of them. And what happens is, the reason why that happens is because they weren't cooperating with the game, and they weren't understanding the rules of the game. So when they're dealing with dudes, dudes is trying to holler, dudes is trying to make stuff happen, dudes is trying to make things go down. And you have a lot of women who were being attention whores, who were just ignoring them, who were doing all this other stuff. So they weren't cooperating with the situation. And then therefore they're left out in the dust. So the same thing happens for you guys out there, is that you have to cooperate with the rules of the game. You have to cooperate with what's going on, meaning that you have to sort of first understand yourself, understand how you need to be confident. You need to understand your value, because this is part of the game. This is the stuff you need to work on yourself. Then also you have to understand how women are. You have to understand how women act. You have to understand how women think. You have to understand how women respond to certain things, because once you do that, then that's actually you cooperating with the game. So first you're working on yourself, and then you're understanding the game. You're understanding how women are, and then you operate on, making things connect in order for you to get what you want. See, the thing is that when you think you're above the game, or you think that, the game doesn't apply to you, then you ignore all of this shit. And then you're basically, it's like coming into a math class, a calculus class, taking a calculus test, and you've never taken a calculus course ever. You just like, I'm just going to sit here and ace this. You're not. You're going to fail. You feel what I'm saying? Like, you have no idea what you're doing. You feel what I'm saying? And there's so many things going on that's going to fly by your head, and you're just going to be left confused and in the dust. And you're going to be like, damn, why is this? What's going on? And, and then let's say you get with a girl out of the blue, and, you're not going to know how to keep her. You're not going to know how to maintain that. You're not going to, even in some cases, you're not even going to know how to get some sex from her. You might meet a chick, go out on one date, and that's the end of it. You feel what I'm saying? And you have no idea how that happened. You don't even realize how you even got her. You don't even know, like, what were the circumstances that brought you to that situation. So you don't want to be that type of dude who's sort of clueless about how things are going on, or just relying on quote unquote luck to help you. versus a guy who sort of understands the game and understands what he should do and what he needs to do in order to get repeat success, in order to make things a little bit more easier and smoother for him in the long run. You feel what I'm saying? And that's the part that a lot of guys miss, is that when you understand the game, you're sort of giving yourself a blueprint for you to do continued success. It's almost like when a entrepreneur starts a business and then he knows how business runs and how to, attract customers and all this other stuff. So with that knowledge, he's like, yo, I can start another business, and then I can start another business. You feel what I'm saying?
Right.
Versus someone who just sort of got the business handed down to them by one of their relatives, and then they didn't know what the fuck they were doing, and they drove the business in the ground. You know what I'm saying? Like,
it reminds me of that saying, give a man a fish and he'll eat for a day, but teach a man to fish and he can eat forever. Like that's the game. Like that's the game. You teach a man how to fish, then he can fend for himself. He can always get fish.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? Like a nigga, like the examples we explained about like Jaden Smith and Johnny Depp. These guys were given fish. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
It's like, oh yeah, I'm famous, so I could have a bad bitch because I'm famous. But you gotta understand that you have to manifest the thought that the reason why you have a bad bitch is because you're you.
Right.
Not because you're famous or because you made a good movie or your dad is Will Smith. No, the reason why you fucking with a bad bitch is because there's something special about you that she recognized, and the part of the game is you recognizing that as well. So when you ready to fucking charge her to the game or kick her to the curb, you can display that special quality again and bag another bad bitch.
Right.
You see what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So you don't have to be sitting there and worried about the last one because you're on to the next one.
Right.
Just like the nigga with the fish, it's like, well, he could eat fish today, and then because he knows how to fish, he could eat fish tomorrow as well. So he's not worried about it.
Right.
He's strong and secure within himself to understand that, yo, I'm never gonna starve because I know how to fish. The nigga taught me how to fish. He didn't just give me some fish for today. He taught me how to fish. So I'm pretty much good for the rest of my life. You know what I'm saying? Pretty
much. Real fucking talk, man. Woo! I told you how the game is gonna be heavy in this one, man.
Heavy, man.
I told you. And guys, remember, if you want to get some more serious game, guys, you got to go to badboymembership.com. This is what we've been telling you this till we're blue in the face. I keep getting emails from dudes asking me questions, and all the answers to those questions, 99% of the questions I get emails to, the answer is in the Bad Boy membership. You understand? It's literally right there for you. It's waiting for you. Do you understand what I'm saying? And that's another thing. A lot of guys want to get good. A lot of guys want to get shit popping. And, you want to make something happen, but you're not willing to invest in yourself. You feel what I'm saying? And that's part of the game too. You got to be willing to invest in yourself. You got to invest time. You got to invest the energy. You got to invest, money. You got to do all of this shit to basically get shit popping for you. You feel what I'm saying? Like nothing is just going to just fall in your lap and all this other stuff. You feel what I'm saying? And even when things do fall in your lap, they usually fall off real quick because, you didn't do anything to really earn it or get it. You feel what I'm saying?
Exactly.
So I'm telling you guys, make sure you go to Bad Boy Membership. Also, go to alexsexynaked.com so you can hear other Bad Boy shows. And make sure you go to undeniablegame.com so you can get my free audio program, Undeniable Game, where you get 7 tips on how to really attract beautiful women. All right? Anything else, Miles, before we get out of here?
Yo, peace.
Exactly. The truth is inside you. We gone. We out. Peace. Later.
All right. Later.
Hey, what's up? It's dating and life coach Mr. Locario. Go to badboymembership.com and master the dating game by joining my Bad Boy membership program. In this program, you'll receive 45 through 90-minute, easy-to-follow, step-by-step dating advice tutorials that's guaranteed to help you attract, date, and have sex with beautiful women. Join the Bad Boy membership today by going to badboymembership.com. That's badboymembership.com.